Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome and welcome back to my channel, Seasons Change. My name is Desiree if you are new here. And in today's video, we are going to go ahead on and do our budget for today, which is payday. Today is Friday, February 6th, 2026, and it's early. Not too early, but I mean, it is early. It's 7:15 in the morning. And I'm off today due to some unfortunate events that I will talk about as we go along in this video. But like I said, today is payday and we have some bills to take care of here today. So what I'm going to do is, as I'm paying my bills, I'm going to write everything down, and then I will give you the actual balance of what these what my bills are. So I'll be paying, first up is my consumer's bill. I do have my coffee sitting here, and I may be taking it with me when I leave out. I do not know, because I'm not scheduled to leave out for another 45 minutes. But hopefully, because I got a little bit left that I can put in this cup. But let's go. So my first bill that I'm going to pay, as you can see here, let me kind of zoom you in just a little bit. Yeah, so we're working with the budgeted amount of $1,560. This is how much I budget to pay my bills. That is not my entire check. Although it is a big portion of my check, it is not the entire check. Okay. So, and don't pay attention to my thumbs, y'all. These nails are coming off today. But anyway, so yeah, the budgeted amount is $1,560. So we're going to break that down and with all of these payments here. So the first bill is my gas bill, which is my consumer's energy bill to heat my home. I have a current balance of $242.83. That is a credit, you all. That is a credit. I have a credit of $242.83. I believe I stated in the previous video, my goal is to continue to pay on this, so I do not have a quote-unquote gas bill to pay during the months of June through October, or July through October. One of those two. So I will be paying $160 every month, which is broken down to $80 per pay. So right now, I am putting in my payment amount, and my gas bill is paid through my checking account. So there are no additional fees or anything like that. So all I'm paying is the $80. So I paid $80. And now it says that my credit is at $322.83. I should have looked at my bill first, because what I want to see is, I think I told you all that, yeah. Okay, so I can look at the energy use dashboard. So back in December, I want to say December 6th, I ended up turning my temperature up, my thermostat up from 68 degrees to 70 degrees. And I'm glad I did. I didn't want to do that, but I'm glad I did, because I wasn't expecting all this severe cold that we have had. So it did increase my usage, obviously. However, it is still, clicking on the bill right now. It is still, they have started charging me the $100 that I believe I told you all that they increased my budgeted amount. Yep, they increased my budgeted amount to $100. My actual energy charges this month, y'all, was $183.28. That's just energy. Wait a minute. Yeah, it was $183.28. That's a lot. Okay. I'm looking at my bill right now. That's a lot. I may have to increase this. I may end up having to pay a gas bill up until August, really, the way this is looking, because my total energy charges jumped up to $183.28 for the month, which is $23 more than I budgeted for the month. I budgeted $160, and they're saying it's $183. Okay, we're gonna have to figure something out right there. Okay, so we're going to get out of this account. I'll be right back and we'll go to the next account. All right, you guys. So my payment plan amount for my electric bill is $82 a month. I'm going to log in. I'm going to go to my billing statement because I think I told you before. What I noticed is that I get two different amounts on my billing statement. I get a payment plan summary for my for the budget payment plan. So that is a credit of $279.50, but my actual balance information is a credit of $228.19. So I think that's is that like a $50 difference? 228.19. It's a $51.31 difference. So that I'm not sure why, but I'm gonna go ahead on and pay the full $90 on my electric bill. The payment is due today, but I've already paid what was due for today. Already paid it. So I'm just making this additional payment to stay in line with how I pay my bills, so I don't forget to pay something, because I don't want to come home one day and I can't turn my light on. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to put the balance here until I get my actual bill. So by the time I get my actual bill, I will have another payday and I will include it in here. So just to keep, not $30, that's right, $90. Just to keep everything flowing the way I normally do it. I'm just going to do it that way because I don't want to confuse you, and more importantly, I don't want to confuse myself. Now, I also do pay my light bill with my checking account. As of right now, they will not be charging to use the checking account, but you know, like I said in the previous video, companies are in business to make money. They could care less about you and I. As long as you pay the bill, it's going to be fine. Now, I will sit here and tell you what my summary of charges says my credit is. It says my credit is that I made total payments of $155, which they don't even seem right. But that my total amount due is a credit of $434.50. So this is why I'm not going to post what my actual credit is, because the budgeted account balance versus my actual account balance are two different numbers. Don't ask me why. I didn't notice that until the last when I received notice that my budget payment plan amount was not changing. So we're going to leave a question mark here. Now, here is the culprit right here. Water. My water bill. So let me go ahead on and make this payment. Like I said before, I do make my water bill payments with my debit card because of how much they charge. Now, you know what? What I'm going to do is go ahead on and put this information in so you can see that I can tell you the difference in between. So using my card, the service fee is $2.71. So my total is $77.71. However, if I switch over and click on where it says U.S. bank account, it is $3. Okay, $3. So of course I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna use my card, and we're just gonna go ahead and get that paid. And y'all, they do not waste a minute. This thing, as soon as I gotta put my email address in here. As soon as I hit submit and I get that receipt, this thing is already coming through my account as a debit. Just like, oh, I'm sorry, y'all. They said my card was declined. My card was declined because I turned it off. Hold on a minute. All right, y'all. I told you my card was declined. It was declined because I still had the lock on. I had to take the lock off. Lord have mercy. See, this is why I would rather pay with my checking account, but I'm not about to sit here and pay $3 to pay my water bill. I'm not about to do that. So $77.71 is what's coming out of my account. And y'all, like I said, as soon as I get my receipt, it's already showing on my account. as a payment, as a pending transaction. Let's see if it added up. Added in there. Yep, 188. I have a credit of 188.92 on my water bill. Okay. So that's that. On that one, car payment. I should have did that while I was in there. I pay my car note via my phone. I don't log into the account. As you see, I have a note here. It says leave in checking account. So I'm going to leave the $80 in the checking account. I want to try to make sure and remind myself that I don't have $80 that I can spend. This is $80 for my car insurance. Discover card, I'm getting ready to do that. My credit union credit card, I can get ready to, I'm going to do both of these. Actually, I'm going to do all three of these in the next couple of minutes. My city card, I cannot pay that until Tuesday, no later than Wednesday, because I think I get my statement on Tuesday. If I get my statement on Tuesday, I will be making this payment on Tuesday. And when I do my next paycheck budget, which will be the 20th, I think is the day I record it, you will see me put this information in here. So let me go ahead on and pay these other three bills, my car note, Discover, and my credit union credit card, and I will be right back. I just realized that I recorded a clip and it was not in the right view. So I'm going to restate what happened. So the previous clip, you probably heard me say, oh, they declined my card. And I said, because I forgot to unlock it, which I did. You know, when you pay your bills by your checking account, it's no big deal. But when you pay your bill with your debit card and you like to keep it locked, you forget. And that's what happened. I forgot to unlock my card before I paid my water bill. But it did go through. I did unlock it. It went through, and my credit is $188.92. Now, I think I told you that I did get my water bill already, and I got it a couple days ago, and my balance was a credit of $113, something like that. So that's $75 went towards that. I was charged $2.71. I told you with the debit card, because of how much I was paying, they were only charging me $2.71. But if I was going to pay with my checking account, it would have been like a flat $3 for this same amount. I did go ahead and pay my car note. That money was transferred over, $479.02. I am leaving the $80 of my car, half my car insurance in my checking account. We're going to see how I work this out. My Discover card. So as you can see, I put down that I was going to pay $250. But I don't know about you all, but sometimes I just don't like that lingering little change. So I just paid $256.85. My credit union credit card, I was scheduled to pay $110. Again, I don't like that little change. So I paid $113.68. Now my payment that's actually due did go down by $2. It was $103 for the last few months. Now it was $101, but I've been paying $110 for the last 6, 7, 8 months, something like that. Now my last credit card, which is my Citi #1 card, which is my debt focus this year. As I stated earlier, I have not gotten that statement. That statement does not close until Sunday, which is my aunt's birthday. So I should be getting my statement on the 10th, or by the 10th, which is my brother's birthday. So when I get my next paycheck, I will come back and show you how much I paid here. It may just be this. It may be a little bit more. We will see. So I'm not going to finish this out, but at least you saw I did go ahead on and pay these bills. I can't finish this out until I pay this Citi card. And I don't want to, I could make a payment, but it's going to count towards this month, and it's not going to count towards the payment that's due by March 8th. And I don't want to, I'm sorry, March 6th, and I don't want to mess myself up. So with that, we're going to go ahead on and update my calendar and update some other sheets. So hold tight. All right, so here is my calendar for February. And as you can see, there are already things highlighted in green because they have been paid. One of those things was my DTE bill. I told you in my previous budgeting video that I had already paid what was due for February 6th. So I'm going to pull out, I should have did that already. I'm going to pull out the calendar for March so I can go ahead on and highlight that bill. I try to stay ahead of my bills and pay them as, I'm not gonna say as far ahead as I possibly can, but y'all get the drift. Oh, and my Discover, I've already paid that, and my credit union credit card, I've already paid that. So I've already paid those 3. And then once I make my city credit card payment, I will come back and highlight this, as well as my mortgage payment. Well, that's not going to be paid until the end of the month. So, all right. So what else? Excuse me for all the shaking, you guys. What else did I pay? Car note. Vashti paid her. And I'm not going to highlight my consumers because I only paid half of that. When I make the next payment, which will be February 20th, that's when I will highlight consumers. So we are good. Netflix did come out, but that was budgeted from my previous, from last month in April. Apple came out as well. That was also budgeted from last month. So we are good on this calendar. So let's go to the next sheet. All right, so this is my monthly budget planner. So all I'm going to do here is indicate that I did pay my car note. So that is done. And that these subscriptions are done. And then I'm gonna put these in pencil. So I'll wait, because right now I've paid close to $400. So we'll wait on that until I get the next, until I get my credit union, my city card paid, and I'll come back to this. Now this next sheet is my bill payments year at a glance sheet. All I'm going to do here is the bills that I've paid for this month already. I'm just going to go ahead on and jot down that I've paid it. Like my car payment was paid, DTE was paid, water was paid, this came out, Apple and Netflix came out. Again, my cell phone bill, I shouldn't say again, I don't think I've ever explained this to you, but you will not see my cell phone bill on here. You won't see me pay my cell phone bill because I paid it at the beginning of the year. Well, I paid it last in December, and it's just been sitting on my account. But when I get to, I'm going to do a video about my sinking funds, and I will share with you what that process is, how I paid my phone bill. So these are the bills that I paid thus far for the month of February. So we are good. All right. Actually, the March bill is paid here. Okay. Yep. The March bill is paid there. My water bill is due on the 21st, so that's paid. Yep, we are good. The next one is my debt payment year at a glance. So I haven't paid the city one yet that's due March 6th. But my credit union credit card that's due March 6th, I just paid that. My Discover card that's due March 1st, I just paid that. So we are good there. So we have one more sheet. Okay, this last sheet is my debt payoff tracker. I am focusing in on my city card, which is on this side, my city number 1, and my Discover card, which is on this side. Now my city, I say city number 1. Sorry about that, you guys. I had a sneezing fit, and I think I'm getting ready to sneeze again. So if you see a quick, abrupt stop, pause, something like that, it's because I sneezed. Okay, I think I got it out. So I have a debt payoff tracker here. My focus is on my city number 1 card, which is on this side. I say city number 1 because I have 2 cards. Hold on, y'all. I got to sneeze again. I don't even know why I'm sneezing. I haven't been outside. It's not allergy season. This don't make no sense, but whatever. So yes, I have 2 city cards. City card number 1 is what my focus is that I'm paying on this year, trying to pay down to pay off this year. City card number 2 is zeroed out. So we're not worried about that. But on this payoff debt tracker sheet, I'm focused on City and Discover. Y'all, I gotta sneeze again. God, this is not funny. I'm tired of this. You went from having me coughing to now you got me sneezing. I'm not trying to get sick, okay? I just got back into my workout routine. I'm not trying to get sick. Anyway, please don't let me get sick. So for the month of January, I made technically I made 2 payments for my Discover card. The first payment I made was January 9th, which was $250, and my minimum payment for January was $233. Now, I'm not going to change this because my minimum payment for February 1st was $233. I'm not changing this. I'm going to leave it there. Now, my minimum payment due for March 1st is down to $227, but I'm going to leave this $233 here. So my first payment I made when I got paid January 9th was $250. And then I received a refund for my renter's insurance of $130.75. I paid that on this Discover card, so they put it right back on the card. And then on January 19th, I just made an additional little payment of $11.42. So today, this February 6th, what did I say I paid? $256.85. So I paid $256.85. So that will take, it's not that, $256.85. That takes me down to $97.40 on the balance of this card. So it went down $50, which is cool. I'm not tripping because I'm not focused on this card right here. I'm focused on this card here. I'm not showing this because I want to show my debt pay down progress at the end of the first quarter. So that's what I'm going to do for the card that I'm focused on. Every quarter, I'm going to show you my debt pay down progress with this one card. This one I don't mind showing you because of course once this is paid off, then you know this is my focus, and then I won't show you that, and then but I will show you my credit union credit card unless that gets paid off before the end of the year. We will see. So that is it, you guys. So that is my budget. I paid the bills all except one, which is my Citi credit card. But I can't pay that until I get my new statement. I refuse to put any more money in for this statement period. I want this next bulk of funds that I put down to go towards the new statement period that's coming up. I think I said at the beginning of the video, because I had to cut this off so many times, that I'm off today due to some unfortunate events. And that is what happened was I'm getting ready to go to my mother's house and do my laundry because my washer decided it didn't want to work no more. However, it does work. It just doesn't agitate. So I did order the belt. Everything else works fine. I did order the belt. I just have to get someone to come put the belt on. And I really don't want anyone in my house with this weather that we have going on right now. But I do have someone that can come and put the belt on. But of course, they're not going to charge me. And because of that, I have to play by his rules, which basically means when he has the availability, when he's not working so much. I'm okay with that, y'all. I'm okay with that. Hold on a second. Yeah, I got to open up my blinds because, okay. I'm in my office, and you know how you're looking out, you don't have your blinds open, but they got the little holes in the blinds. And I was like, what is this dark thing standing in front of me? But it was the foliage on the fence. Since I have to wait for him to put the belt on, and again, I'm not tripping because he's doing this for me for free. Okay? He's doing it for me for free. In a day where nobody does anything for free, everybody's looking for some change. And I mean, I'm going to still give him some money because it's his time. But, you know, I asked for a quote from some people in my community. You know, I was in particular like, you have to have a license. You have to be a licensed plumber. You have to have some insurance, because I don't want nobody coming in my house doing nothing that don't have nothing to back them up. I don't had enough of that. And somebody quoted me $100. One person quoted me $100. Another person quoted me $125. And the reason the person quoted me $125 is because he said it's the weather. I'm like, my washer don't have nothing to do with the weather. The belt on my washer has nothing to do with the weather. So you can go somewhere with that. The other guy quoted me $100 because he was honest. He said, I'm just trying to make some money. And I said, I appreciate that, but you putting on a belt that's going to take like 5 minutes, that's not worth $100. So it's just not to me. But like I said, I did find somebody. I know somebody who could put it on. He's not going to charge me a dime for it. And it's partly because I always do stuff for him without even a care in the world. And this is somebody that one of the guys that I work with. So I'm always helping him out. I'm always looking out for him, make sure he doesn't miss things, so he doesn't miss his promotion. So he's chosen to do this for me for free. However, I have to wait until he has some available time. And he did tell me he probably won't have time until sometime in March, which is fine. I don't care. There is a laundromat around the corner from my house. It's like 3 minutes away. I'm just choosing to go to my mother's house this time because I was not prepared to have to go to the laundromat. And on top of that, I want to go see my nephew. My mother has my nephew this week because my sister is out of the country with her job. So I'm going to go do that. I did get the part from Amazon, so I did have to go on Amazon to order the part. I did check Home Depot, Lowe's, check some other places, and this part cost me $11 from Amazon, and all these other places were charging $25 plus for this belt. Yeah, y'all. So I got it from Amazon. So with that, you all, I will see you in another video. I don't want to take up no more of your time. See you later. Bye.